that'll work.
All right. Yesterday, we took a C major scale and we added our scale degrees and our Roman numerals to them over here. Okay. Today, we are taking each of those scale degrees and we're going to be creating a triad for it. Okay. A triad is a 3-note chord. So I keep accidentally saying triad and chord like interchangeably. Kind of similar, but to be more specific, I should be saying triad. Okay, that is a specific kind of chord. It's a 3-note chord, right? The word, or the root tri. So we, for each of these scale degrees, are going to build up a full triad. Okay, so let's start with our Roman numeral 1, which is our C, scale degree 1. If you take this note and you build do two skips on top of it, you're going to build a triad. So like this. If you're on a line, which this middle C is, skip up to the next line, skip up again. That is your triad. We have 3 notes here, and that makes up your entire C major chord. Okay? For the next one, we have our minor 2 chord. Remember, the uppercase or the capital is major, lowercase is minor. So for our second scale degree, we have D. We're going to skip and then skip. Make sure you're staying on the spaces because D is a space note. That would give us our full D minor triad. Okay, not just a D triad. The lowercase here shows us that this is a minor triad. Okay. Remember, the difference between the major and minor is major is like the happy sounding stuff. The minor is the sad sounding stuff. So our C major chord and then our D minor chord. Okay. All right, let's keep moving. We've got our minor 3 chord, which is going to be, if we're starting on a line, we're going to keep skipping on those lines. Do 2 skips above this, and there's your full E minor triad. One of the things I wanted to point out, now that you're fine, you can go ahead. One of the things I wanted to point out is each one of these triads, the bottom note is what's called the root. Just like a tree, the bottom of a tree has roots that go into the ground. Each one of these triads, the bottom note is called the root. Okay, and then above that we have the third and then a fifth, because those are the intervals that we're putting above that root. A third and then a fifth. Okay, that's what makes up a triad. Root, third, fifth. Just wanted to point that out. Let's move on to our next one. For our Roman numeral this time, we're going to have our major 4, our capital 4. So our uppercase 4, start with F and keep skipping on those spaces. So we have our root, third, and fifth, F-A-C. That makes our major, or F major triad. For our next one, the 5th, we're starting on G. Make sure you skip up on the lines because our G is our root of this triad. Will be starting on a line. So keep skipping on those lines. That would make this a G major triad. And then for scale degree 6, this is lowercase, so we have our minor 6 chord. It's going to be starting on A. Do your 3rd and your 5th. And it's the same exact formula for every single one of these scale degrees. So for the 7th, stay on the lines. Here's our root, 3rd, and 5th. Okay, this little circle here does not mean minor. Like, see how this is minor 2, minor 3, minor 6. The 7th is, this little circle means diminished. Okay, I wanted to tell you that so you don't think it's minor, but we're not really going to go over that. You don't really need to worry about that. Okay, remember we don't call it the last scale degree. We don't call it 8. We go back to 1 because it's the same as our tonic. Okay, so skip and skip, root, 3rd, 5th. There's our C major chord that we started with, but an octave higher from our tonic. Okay, so the point of all of this is to show you that with any single key signature, right, we're in C major, but if we were in G major, we would be doing the exact same thing. We would start with G and build your 3rd and 5th above it for every single one of your scale degrees, and that would give you all the triads for that key signature, for that scale. So when you're in your composition project, if you pick C major, you're going to be making like a little cheat sheet like this so that you know all 7 triads that you can use. And you can use all 7, but the ones that we for sure have to use, like the one that is going to be in the rubric that you have to use, is those ones that we talked about yesterday, the really important ones, the primary chords, your 1 chord, your 4 chord, and your 5 chord. Our major chords, 3 major chords, 1, 4, and 5. Those are the ones that you have to use, okay? So I want you guys to circle those again, just so that your brain really picks those out, the entire thing, okay?